welcome back to our subscribers, and hello and welcome to any of you who are finding us for the first time. This is Little Man. I'm Michelle. We do hope if you like our videos that you might stick around by hitting that subscribe button. You can check out what we're all about on our About page on the channel. Today we have something a little different, don't we, Little Man? Today we are going to address a few subscriber requests. I actually had one request is totally a DVC related question. I'm going to send him away for that. And then the second one was asking about our stay at the Polynesian and what tips we had. So I'm going to give some tips for adults, and Little Man is going to give his tips about the Poly and share with you his thoughts. For those of you who are traveling with children, or you might be sitting here watching this video with children, because as a former teacher, I know full well kids don't want to hear so much my opinion, they want to hear from their peers. So, Little Man, disappear. Okay, adults, I'm going to have timestamps down below, so if you just want to hear the tips for the Polynesian, you're going to want to skip ahead to that. This is for DVC members or anybody who is thinking of buying into DVC. I think this is an important topic for you to hear. So Michael wrote into me about a month ago. He's been a member since 2003, and he's noticed it's become increasingly difficult to book a resort stay, especially at Disney World at the 7-month mark. And I'm really good at lurking and going unnoticed on social media. So I have been watching the DVC neighborhood Facebook group for the last month just to see what people are saying, because this topic has popped up quite a few times. And overall the consensus is that yes, it is harder to book a stay at the 7-month mark, and a lot of people at times are going on wait lists, or they're splitting a stay, they're booking where they can and hoping that maybe, with a wait list they can get their stay all at one resort. So that has been overall something that members are talking about. So if you are thinking of buying in, that is something you should know. And I would love to hear from those of you who have been long-term members, especially 10 plus years, what your experience has been over in the comments section. Share especially with those of us who are new or thinking of buying in. Have you had a hard time, or maybe you have found that as long as you book a certain time of year, you have no problem. So please share your experience in the comments below for others. And I will say, as far as us, we've only booked once. We are hitting our 1-year anniversary. So I think our booking our stay for spring break at our home resort, the Polynesian, at the 7-month mark was kind of a fluke. We managed to get a 6-night stay in a Lakeview room for one of the busiest times of year. We were staying during the premiere season, which, if you are not familiar with Disney's magical terms, you might as well just call that the most expensive season. It is one of the times of years you're going to be using the most points to get your stay. Our thing I'm seeing on the Facebook group, and once again, those of you who have experience with this, please share in the comments, is that the studios are what are really difficult to get. Everybody seems to want a studio so that they can have a longer stay. And I even saw one woman write into the Facebook group that she booked at her home resort, the Grand Floridian. She was trying to book at her 11-month mark, and the studios were already all gone. That's almost a year before her vacation, so she had to go on a wait list at her 11-month mark. So please share in the comments and let us know what your experience has been, any tips you have for anybody on booking at the 7-month mark, and any suggestions, tips that you might have for anybody buying in that they should know about what you've noticed as far as booking over the years. And hopefully you're not hearing my son's Hatchimals because he just woke him up. But that's okay, because now we are going to move on to our next subscriber request. This second request comes from Abigail because she's got an upcoming trip to the Polynesian, and is her family going to have an awesome time there? Okay, yes, an awesome time, but she asked for us to share more of our experience and any tips we might have for staying at the Polynesian. So Some of this is going to be more DVC related, but some of this is going to be just overall tips we have, and the child's not going to mess with his leg, about staying at the Polynesian. And little man is here to help me share with the kids some tips, because once again, your kids don't want to hear from me, they want to hear from a kid. So first of all, we stayed, and these tips are in no certain order, take of it what you will, what's most important to you, but as DVC members, we stayed in the Maria Longhouse, which it is not near the lobby, or as they call it, the ceremonial longhouse. So if you are somebody who likes to be near where the pool is and the lobby and all the amenities there, this is going to be a little bit of a walk for you. But personally, I like a nice quiet walk. As busy as it was to be there during spring break, the resort overall itself, with the exception of the lava pool, we'll talk about that in a little bit, was peaceful, and it was nice and quiet, and it was nice to just kind of have, you know, a 5-minute stroll down to the longhouse from Maria. We stayed, if you have booked a lake view room or a theme park view room for non-DVC, I highly recommend requesting when you do that online check-in for an upper floor. We got the 3rd floor, which it was perfect. We were above those bungalows, so we didn't have the bungalows obscuring our view, and we could clearly see Cinderella's Castle, Space Mountain, the Contemporary, and also the Grand Floridian. It was a gorgeous view. That said, I don't know if we would spend extra points now that we've done it and had it. We might next time opt to maybe have a little bit longer vacation, but it was great to come back from a long day at the parks. I may have to take his leg from a long day at the parks and relax out on the balcony and have that view. It was also great. Take an evening if you have one of those views and watch the fireworks and the electrical water pageant from your room. You can hear the music is piped outside. You can hear it clearly from your balcony, and just, you know, enjoy all of that away from the crowds. We had a nice dessert out on our balcony. It was great and relaxing. And we love to, your dad hangs inside with the air conditioning. My husband does not do the heat and humidity very well. He gets very cranky, but he likes to eat a nice healthy snack out on the balcony. And I like to enjoy a midday cup of coffee when we're resting from the park. So we really take advantage of that balcony and enjoy the view. If you are DVC, we did not, when we booked our room, we booked it, we didn't have the whole stay. My brother, his wife, and their child joined us. We did not have them the whole stay. So when we got into our room, we did not have enough towels for all of us. They left 3 towels for us, and as you know, if you are DVC, if you ask for additional towels before, I think it's the 4th day of your stay or something like that, they will charge you for more towels. So we were actually, and we should have just called and asked, but we didn't. We didn't know if they were going to charge us for extra towels, even though we didn't have enough towels for the people staying in our room. So this actually came from our DVC guide, and I don't think I'm going to get him in any trouble because he's retired now. But he actually told us something he did when he stayed with DVC was just go down to the pool and take some towels from there. So we absconded with a few towels from the pool. So if you are short on towels, or you need towels before they change out your towels from room service, go down to the pool and get yourself some towels. So little tip there. So as far as the poly rooms, we stayed in a DVC studio. I will throw up a card to our tour at the top. It goes on that side, I believe, so that you can see, if you are considering staying there in a DVC studio, you can see what is available to you in the sides of the room. Once again, we were able to fit 4 adults, an infant, and a child in there. And the great thing about the studios there is there are 2 bathrooms, so 2 showers. That's nice. But if you run cold, like my child and I, we tend to like the house at about 77 degrees. I could not get that room warm enough. You were cold, you wanted an extra blanket on the little fold-out bed. I felt like there wasn't enough blankets on our bed, the queen size bed. So you might, if you run cold, you might want to bring some longer pajamas to sleep in. I will definitely the next time bring pants and a long sleeve shirt to sleep in. Because especially your dad, I think probably when I wasn't looking was cranking it down to like 70. He likes it the complete opposite of us. But if you are somebody who likes your room really cold, the poly is great for you. If you are somebody who likes to be warmer, just bring some stuff to keep yourself warm, because I couldn't get warm in that room. Here are some of our tips for transportation. Number one, if you've never stayed at the poly before, if you go down to the bus stop, there are little screens there, but they're not as big as like when we stayed at Animal Kingdom, where they're super noticeable. So we didn't even see the screens with the time at first. So be on the lookout for those. But we know you noticed. You're better than mom and dad. We did not say that there's no bus to Epcot. Your only way to get to Epcot from the Polynesian is to walk over to the Ticket and Transportation Center, which is really close, especially if you're staying in a longhouse like Maria over in that end. Really convenient to get to. You have to take the monorail, and know that when you go down there, you have to go through security to get on the monorail, and then you'll go through security again at Epcot. So just know that that's going to happen, and that there's no bus directly to Epcot. It is really convenient though for going back and forth to Magic Kingdom. After a few days, we realized the quickest and easiest way to get to and from Magic Kingdom from our longhouse was to take the ferry at the Ticket and Transportation Center. So especially if you've got kids in a stroller, or you have somebody in your party that accessibility is a concern, whether it's a scooter or a wheelchair, the ferry was just much more convenient for getting on and off, but also because it can take a ton of people, it was just the fastest way. So we recommend taking the ferry for Magic Kingdom. Do the monorail and the water taxi just for fun, but no, the ferry is the most convenient and the most efficient to get to the poly. Now remember, your location at Magic Kingdom, you can actually walk to the Grand Floridian, and then you're also really close to the Contemporary. So especially if you have a resort day where you're just relaxing, I honestly have a hard time just lounging all day. I need to do something in the day. So if you've got a day where you're doing nothing, go to the Grand Floridian, go to the Contemporary, go check out those hotels, especially if you've never been there. Go take advantage of dining there. It's really neat just to see the different resorts, and we do like the Grand Floridian. It's a beautiful resort, and there's live music there. He can hear it. He's learning piano right now, just like his dad, and so it's great for him to see the pianist there playing live. So we really enjoy those resorts, and we found overall some good food, some good dining. We love California Grill there at the Contemporary. You like Chef Mickey's, your dad and I. We'll start our food reviews in like November, and yeah,
it's on the 1900 Park Fair.
You would recommend 1900 Park Fair. So it's nice you have those other resorts conveniently located nearby, and you could take advantage of their dining. In a moment, he's going to talk to you about his tips and the pool he recommends for kids. But I can tell you, we didn't use this pool, but we walked by it quite a bit. We had to walk by it every time we went to the lobby. The Oasis pool. If you want just a quieter, relaxed experience, especially if you've got older kids who don't need the splash pad, I recommend going to the Oasis pool. Despite how busy things were, that pool always seemed to have just very few people there, and so I think if you're looking for, a quiet, relaxing time at the pool, I recommend trying out that pool versus the lava pool. My last tip for you is take advantage of the dining experiences at the Polynesian. We loved Kona Cafe. It was our first time eating there, and then we have done Ohana twice now, and we love the character breakfast. We haven't done the dinner, but I've heard nothing but good things about the dinner. The kitten is dragging his toy and crying, so I apologize. We'll just go with this. But we love Ohana for breakfast, but both times we have had to wait almost an hour after our reservation time to actually get our table. And the first time, the place was packed, so okay, I get that. The second time, there were tons of empty tables and we just couldn't get seated, and we actually were checking out that day, and we got to our room 5 minutes after we were supposed to check out of there, and the maids were already in there. So it was not the best experience. So just be prepared if you do breakfast at Ohana that you may have to wait almost an hour for your table, and work that into your schedule. I would not recommend doing Ohana for breakfast on a theme park day. Do it on a resort day when you have nothing planned and your schedule is flexible. We haven't done the Spirit of Aloha show. I had it booked once when we had the dining plan, and if you have the dining plan, it is 2 table service credits. And hi, Eugene. It is 2 table service credits. And basically what my understanding is okay, but we're gonna have you join us. Is the show is great. People love the show. Go read reviews and make a decision for yourself on whether or not to do it. Hi, baby. But the food is just It sounds like if you want good food at the Polynesian, you're better off going to either Kona or Ohana for dinner and not spending that extra money. But if you're just looking for a good show, then the Spirit of Aloha may be for you. And then lastly, as far as dining at the Polynesian, we've mentioned it in a couple of our other videos, is make sure you check your bill. As DVC members, especially having bought direct, we have paid for our discount. So normally we're not very picky if there's a small mistake, but given that we paid for that DVC discount, we do expect to get that discount on our bill. At Kona Cafe, we did not realize till we walked away, we had already paid our bill, that she forgot to apply the DVC discount for us, which with a group of 4 adults, that, would have added up, and they did not, when my husband went back to try and get it fixed, they did not know how to fix it and reimburse us for that mistake. So we lost a little bit of savings there, and when you're at Disney, you're looking for every bit of savings you can get. At Ohana, this guy who barely eats anything, they charged him as an adult. And I feel so bad because my brother picked up that bill. We got our DVC discount, but we actually still lost money because they charged him as an adult. So I know we're all in a hurry most times, trying to get back to the theme parks, but do check your bills and make sure you're being charged correctly, because we just had a number of mistakes, and we've had other occasions where, like at World of Disney, our DVC discount wasn't applied. So remember, if you bought into DVC, you have paid for that discount. Make sure you get your discount. That's it for me. I'm going to disappear for a little bit and step behind the camera and let this guy talk to you and your kids about his tips and his thoughts on the Polynesian.
Here are my tips for staying at the park. When you check in, get a lei.
Are they free? Does everybody love free stuff at Disney?
Yeah.
Yes.
Play machines. I've only done like 2 of them at the lobby of the Polynesian.
Yeah, but so there's the penny machines up by Ohana, and there's a quarter machine up by Ohana. So when we're waiting for Ohana, you do that. And sorry, everybody who's playing with his life, but we're trying to do this in one take, aren't we, buddy? So, and then there is the penny machine, downstairs when you exit out
And
to the pool.
Dole Whips. Get a Dole Whip.
Why should they get a Dole Whip?
It's the best ice cream you can get at Disney. Go to the lava pool.
Why should they go to the lava pool? You gotta explain these things.
It is the best pool at Disney.
Why is it the best pool?
I just like it. It has nice water.
Did you like the splash pad?
No.
Why didn't you?
I am not a fan of getting really wet just right.
Okay, so you had one kid that kept constantly squirting you, but if you didn't have that, did you like the splash pad? Okay. What about the beach area?
Oh yeah, the beach. The beach is the best area. But if you do want to make a sandcastle, do bring your own bucket.
You and Daddy went and roasted marshmallows.
Yeah.
Did you like that? Going to the
Yeah.
fire pit?
Remember to like, subscribe, comment, and share.